So everyone, welcome to a bit of a quick video really. Doing some work on this Renault Traffic. To be honest, I've cut this video pretty short because I had a nightmare with this injector. I've tried to get it out myself. I managed to unscrew the injector, so I welded the top came off because I broke the top off it. Luckily, I believe I've got to code a new injector, so I'm going to buy some software or a new scan tool to be able to code my own injector. I've never done that before, so that'd be quite interesting. I've got a few scanners but won't do that. So what I did was I welded a nut to the top, and instead of pulling it, I wiggled it. So I've got a pretty long, it's quite hard to explain, but that's probably about half a metre long, 600 long, and I managed to wiggle it left to right and I unscrewed it. So what's happened is, I thought the injector had come out, but only the top part has come out and the bottom part is still in. So I set about, I'd love one of them hydraulic pumps, and eventually when I get some money and stuff sorted out, I'll get one. Because a lot of cars I have are injection cars, diesels, and you'll need them out to do rocker covers and stuff like that. Audi, that's van, this wretched thing here, because that's a 2 litre as well. So I'll show you what I've done and what I've made this morning. It's been a bit of a, I've had everything from mag drill, welder, been cutting, I've been milling, I've been lathe working, so it's taken most 2 or 3 hours, and I've noticed that 20 minutes, half an hour videos are long enough for everybody. So what I've done is I've made this. I don't know if you can see it, but I've made this. So I've just put them on there for spaces at the minute, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I've got this bottom half out, and I'll show you how I did it just by using this. And it's still a bit warm, this gadget, so I'm hoping that when I take this screw out of here for the glory shot, we've got the bottom of the injector screwed to the other half. That's still hot, that. I've got the welding glove on. I've literally just finished welding it about 5 minutes ago, and there we have it. So I got it out, that bit there. So let me just, so this is, hang on a sec. So this is what I've made today. So I got some 20mm bar, and then I machined it down to fit in the studs, which are about 8mm bolts, and I machined it out of that. I've got a mag drill, so I drilled 20mm offset bar, drilled them. I braced it all up because there's some serious pressure in these, and it's come out. So I soaked it in WD-40. I did everything I could, and I couldn't get it out. So I'll show you what it. I'll take this off here. So they're just spacers, remember them. And it's still warm because I just finished welding it. There you go. Look. So if you're going to make something, try to do something like that. It's worked, and I'm hoping that that'll work across all the injector holes. So I'll just leave that built up. So if we've got any more go, I'm gonna definitely try it with this. The only thing I had to do was that. So I welded it, I cut it back, I prepped it, I put a V-date. I used to be a welder, a coded welder at the time. So I welded that up pretty strong across there. You could always, if you wanted, put a bit of bar across there, tack it to strengthen it, and stitch it to try and stop it pulling, fracturing one way. Welder's pretty good. It's quite a powerful welder I've got, so it's cutting really well. But that was the bit that was stuck, and luckily I probably can't even get it off, but this bit had unscrewed from that when I was actually first attempting to get it out, and I thought, oh, what's happened here? But I think the copper washer's still in there, but I'll have to try and get something to fish them out. I think you can get a little tool that goes in to lift them up. So yeah, so I've successfully moved the injector from this van. So luckily I think I've got to code it all, but there's loads of stuff to do in here. I'll tell you what I'll do while we're doing this. While it's in this state, I'll get rid of all these. We'll have a bit of a walk round, and I see a few faults on van, you know, comments on Facebook and social media about where, you know, where to look for stuff and what's what. So while this is off, we'll just do a bit of a run round. I'll just move all this stuff off here. I even tried making a slide hammer out of a weight, you know, doing that, but it just wasn't happening. But you don't want to see me do all that. It's just wretched. It's just a horrible job. So I'll lower this camera down. Let's see if we can do a bit of a watch round with this. So let me do that. I'll take you off the stand. Whee! So first thing is, what should we look at? Oil leaks at back at engine. So this could be a couple of things. I've noticed on this, that pipe there goes to a breather that goes round there. That can often leak, that breather hole there. If you notice here, there's a drain, look. It must be a drain, that. So it goes down behind that. So what that's for, that little hole, somebody could maybe comment, but it looks like these fill up. And it's probably a drain hole for that reason. We're going to seal the scuttle panel on this. Stop water coming down. I don't know if it's been done. As you can see, everything's on here. It's just a bit of a mess, so we'll have to get that off. To get this off, you just simply pull it and it comes off. Get your finger and just pop it up. That, if you're unsure how to get that off, just pop it up. You can see it's like a clip that goes over the top of the injector. Next thing is your earth strap. That's quite an interesting thing to see on a lot of forums, a lot of groups, which is there. So this one's started to go already, can you see? So I noticed that this morning. I've zoomed in quite far, but if you look there, it's starting to go. So you can upgrade that. It doesn't have to be that kind of strapping. You can buy an external battery, like a half a metre, 300mm big earth cable. Clean all the earths up, wire brush it, copper slip it up, whatever you want to do. Get a good earth on your battery. Now if you're doing your starter motor on a 2 litre, it's going to be there, which the whole front of the van's got to come off. Whether we change this, I don't know. And if you noticed there, look, so I've had this before, but down there it rubbed. I don't know if it's intercooler pipe or what, but because I've washed the engine off, I've noticed that. So if you get a water leak, just check here. This is second van. That silver one did it, and this one's done it as well, and that is near enough through in it. So that's going to have to be cut and made right before it goes back together. So that's that. Power steering pumps. Yeah, I comment all the time on this. Do not spin that nut on the pump. So the guy said to me, I've taken the belt off because there's no power steering, so it just needs putting back on. Well, yeah, if there was a pump, I'd put it back on so we've no power steering. So somebody's had it away, or he's taken it off and decided not to have it. But always spin the pump off the nut, yeah. And then what I do is I get my heat gun and I warm this nut up and WD it and spray it and just loosen it off with spanner, because if it goes, it's going to go there and twist and snap. Whether that one's still in one piece, we're yet to find out. So that could be an horrendous job if that's gone. That's that thing. What else is there a bit of an issue on these? We talked about in the previous video, is that heater plug, which is here. Check that. My heater's 4 wasn't working. I've had an awful time with that. Someone did comment saying I made a bit of a meal of it. Well, I had to do it like that. I think I messaged him back because the plug was shot and the motor was shorted out inside, and I live not far from a scrapyard, so for 20 quid I just put it all in, chopped the plug off. And if you remember that I had a problem with my brown and, can't remember now, brown and orange wires wrong way around. So that's that. This thing here, this preheat thing, I've heard people say they've had problems with them, a bit of electrical issues. I've never had, I've only had them leaking. If you notice, some people have said of the injectors and stuff, no, I think they're a preheat for water. They are prone to leak. You can see that's pretty gammy. If I can find one that's not as bad, I'll do it, but if not, people use a bit of 22mm copper and write that off and get rid of it and tape up the wires. I've no idea if they're live or you know, constant live. They probably are. What else can we do on this? The boost gauge is down here. That's snapped off there. They can often go faulty. Why have we got that there? I don't know. We've got some. I don't know what the heck's going on there. But somebody. Great. So I've snapped it. So somebody's broke that off. So it's not working. So that's not good, is it? So they're supposed to buzz then. They are supposed to buzz. If it's buzzing, it's right. If it's quiet, it's not. That's my take on it. Anyone else has come up with another solution, fine, but they are supposed to make a little funny noise. There's something inside that makes them buzz. So yeah, that's that. Your EGR valve is down here. We're going to blank this one off there. We're going to get a little plate and slide it in there like we've done that silver one. I've had no lights come on my dashboard or anything like that, and then it must come round there and cacks up all this in here, throttle body and EGRs together. Diesel for this can often collapse. These can often just wear out and collapse, stop it starting. Diesel filters, I've had it in past when my van struggled to start once, and funny enough, diesel filter never been changed, but we're going to do all this. This van is for the channel, so we've no reason to not do any. We could do what we want to this, really, within reason. So yeah, this is it. If you want to know anything else about this van, or you see something you're not sure of, these are just things that I've come across over years of owning these vans. I'll just put you back on my stand now. These are things that I've come across over years. I think I've had what, maybe 7 or 8 of these vans. I've had little ends go bang on them. I was doing 80 mile an hour, it made a funny rattle noise, and it just blew itself to bits. The little end had gone and that blew up. I've had a few gearboxes just stripped. That one's had gearbox done on it. I think it was about £1,000 to have gearbox done at the time, whoever did it, and 2 injectors were pulled on that and coded £900. But it's a good van, it runs well. So I want to get it mapped. It's just for a bit of towing, really. It just struggles between 5th and 6th. We'll get this one mapped as well. What else can I say? Yeah, blanket EGRs on 1.9s, even though it's a 2 litre. I had mine. Some people don't have it mapped. I found I had a flat spot on mine between 1200 and 2500. It just seemed a bit flat. Once it was mapped out, the EGR, it went like stink. It were quick for a van. For 1.9, I was really impressed with it, and I think that van is still going today. So that's in fact, it was for sale on Facebook not too long ago, and he said it's still running well. So that shows that the excuse me, the mapping was alright. So I'm going to go back to the same place. See if they'll let us video it being done. I might put it on a rolling road rather than do the laptop version, so you can see the mapping difference. Maybe if they'll let us film it, we'll see what we can do. So that's it, really. It's stripped down. I thought I'd show that injector coming out, the glory shot, but if you could see what went on behind me, it were all day. I mean, I don't even know what time is it now. 2 o'clock. I've been at this since 10:30 this morning making this thing, but it seems to work, that gadget. So we'll see if we can modify it to take an injector top or something like that, or find an adapter and weld it on or whatever. We'll sort something out. We'll do something with it, definitely. I'm ready for now. So thanks very much, everyone. Thanks for subscribing. Got some more come on board. That's really good. I appreciate everyone that has subscribed. It's quite nice to know that I'm doing something people are interested in, and we're going to do some work between this and that one, like I said in other videos. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next video, possibly on that van. So stay tuned, we'll do some more carpeting and stuff like that. So thanks everyone again, and I'll catch everyone in the next video soon. Bye for now.